Welcome back to Fast Gadgets. So I thought it'd be fun to do another Fedora update. We're about a week out now from the release of Fedora 24 as of this update. And check this out. 492 megabytes, half a gigabyte of updates. 192 package upgrades, 9 new package installations. We've got kernel core, and the kernel is going to be installed. New X11, which is the core infrastructure of the graphical system. Python updates, virtual libraries, LibreOffice, tons of KDE updates, audio updates, and the kernel is getting updated to 4.6.3. Originally, of course, we were on 4.5.7 with the first install, so a significant change, that is for sure. And I'm going to go ahead and run the updates. And just a thought, when you are considering a new operating system, this is a excellent reason and example of why I would not want to adopt a brand new operating system for a production machine if you're making serious money off of it. Now, in the case of my machine, yes, I do production on it, and my experience with Fedora is excellent. So there are always minimal bugs that are non-intrusive, meaning they won't stop me from doing what I'm doing, but they may delay me from doing the work I need to do. So I always have a backup system. My other Lenovo system is actually a dual boot of Fedora 23, and also it has Windows 10. So I always have an option to go to something else. And of course I have a MacBook. So there's always another system that I can immediately go to, and I have some core tools that I install on all my systems. So I have VirtualBox, so I can do virtualization. I have an Office product, OpenOffice or Libre, and that's also installed on my Mac. So I have VirtualBox, LibreOffice, both of which are installed on my Mac and my other computers. So my Lenovo with Fedora 23, and I've got all my tools ready. I can switch to another computer immediately, any of the computers that I run, and all my tools are there. So if something seriously went wrong with Fedora, I would be ready, right, with the Fedora 24 install that I have. So that's just a thought. If you are deciding it's time for you to do your update, just remember, have a backup. Nothing went wrong with Fedora 24, but if you add up all the updates over the recent several updates that I've done, it's well over a gigabyte. It's probably closer to 2 gigabytes. So for the most part, I'm going to say the entire operating system, the majority of it has been replaced since the original release of Fedora 24. So that's a significant amount of updates. And you know, some of these updates might not be bug fixes. They might be UI enhancements, core infrastructure enhancements like the kernel, security enhancements, new hardware support enhancements. There's quite a lot being put into this release, or any release of Linux, or for that matter Windows. Even though people want to bash Windows and bash Macs, honestly I don't bash any of those OSs because they all work really well for what they're designed to do. So, you know, why complain? Each one has its own particular functionality. So updates are still running. I'm thinking this is probably going to take 20 or 30 minutes. I have a new kernel. If you want to test your new kernel, you have to keep in mind you must reboot your system after you install the kernel. Do I advise testing the kernel? Absolutely, because if you just keep running your machine and doing the work you're doing, and you shut down the machine at night and go to work and boot up you may find out that the kernel isn't working for you. Again, if it's a proper Linux install, that's not a huge issue because you can boot into the old kernel off of the boot menu. It keeps the last 3 kernels, so it's not the end of the world. But here we are, just trying to point out, just like Windows, there are many updates with Linux. One of the things I really like about Linux updates, with DNF and I believe apt-get, which is a part of Debian and Ubuntu, you can run the update and all the packages are upgraded and installed, and most of the packages are restarted immediately, and you're basically back in business. You do not need to reboot except really for the kernel. So hope you enjoyed this video. Just giving you an idea of what's going on with the Fedora 24 update. I really appreciate your support on the channel, and I'm enjoying making the videos, and I'm hoping you're finding them helpful. That's really the only reason I'm doing it. I just enjoy doing this kind of stuff anyway, and I'm doing it all the time, so I figured I might as well shoot some videos and offer some support out there to the community. I'm not claiming to know everything about Linux, and I certainly can continue to learn, and your comments are helping me. So thank you again, and see you next time.